Hey guys, it's Dylan Hippensteel here with a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, I make videos that help teach people how to be smart with their money. I feel like society has made money a topic that shouldn't be talked about, when in reality, if the more people talked about money, the better everyone would be. It would just make us all more financially literate, and we would all be better with money in the long run. So I just wanted to make a community where anyone can feel free to ask questions and give their 2 cents, no pun intended, about any of the topics I talk about. Now let's get into the topic we're going to discuss today, and that is how to save money in college. In my previous video, how to become a millionaire with $9 a day, I'll put it up here so you guys can click on it if you want, but I talked about how you can become a millionaire for $9 a day. This helped me gain the idea of how I can help college students be able to realize that they can save $9 a day pretty easily. The goal of this video is to help you be able to save enough money to put into further investments to help you reach your financial goals. So let's get started, and the first thing that I want to talk about that every college student loves is food. Most colleges offer meal plans for their students, and most of these meal plans can actually be pretty expensive. For example, at my college, they offer meal plans that consist of you can get 7 meals a week, 9 meals a week, or 14 meals a week. Of course, the more meals that you get, the better deal you get, or so you think. But in reality, is it really a good deal the university is getting you? For example, my sophomore year in college, I bought the 14 meal plan for $1,489. This meal plan lets you get 14 meals a week, so you pretty much get 2 meals a day. But let's break down those meals into how much it's actually costing you per meal. My semester's 15 weeks long, so I get 14 meals a week for those 15 weeks. So if we multiply 15 weeks by the 14 meals, I'll end up getting 210 meals for the whole semester. So let's break that down and see how much we're actually getting per meal. To do this, we take the $1,489 and divide that by the 210 meals a week I would get. This will give us a grand total of $7.09 per meal. That's almost the equivalent of me going to my favorite restaurant ever, which you guys might already know, Chipotle. Now I can't speak for everyone, but the college I go to, I feel like their dining services, they have mostly gross, unhealthy food, and I would way rather go to my favorite restaurant, Chipotle, and get a huge burrito every single time I wanted to eat. However, for my junior year, I feel like I smartened up, and instead of buying a meal plan, I just ended up saving my money and just buying groceries and making my meals instead. But I was still curious of how much money I was going to spend throughout the semester buying my groceries, so I decided to keep track of the entire semester on how much I spent on food. I set myself with a budget of $1,400 because I feel like I wanted to save money, so instead of spending that $1,400 on a meal plan, that's the budget I gave myself for groceries. I was greatly surprised at the end of the semester, and I only spent $617 on groceries. Not only did I spend far less money on food, but I actually got to pick the meals that I wanted to eat every single time I ate, and I felt like I ate healthier this way because I was the one preparing my food. Now I know that sounds like a small amount of money spent on groceries for a 15-week span, but I still don't think a normal person would spend an $800 difference compared to the amount of food I got. Maybe one of the reasons that the amount of money I spent is so small, once I get to a meal that I like, I normally just get the same thing every single time. Most of my meals consisted of avocado toast in the mornings with 2 eggs on top, and Graham Stephan taught me how to make avocado toast for $2. I'll actually put the link in the description for you guys if you want to check that out. Then I would normally eat a snack in the afternoon consisting of 2 rice cakes with peanut butter on top. My favorite were I would get the apple cinnamon rice cakes and I'd get honey peanut butter on top, and it was amazing. My favorite snack this semester by far. And then for dinner, my dinners normally consisted of I would make 2 chicken breasts, rice, and broccoli, and I would pretty much do this every single day. That's pretty much what every single day consisted of, besides the occasional once or twice a week going out to Chipotle because I just craved it so much, I just couldn't give it up. But besides that, I pretty much had that every single day. But this should just show you that you can save so much money by just going out and buying your own groceries. Yeah, you do have to cook instead of just going to the dining hall and just buying whatever you want and having it made for you. But it's definitely, if you're trying to save money, it's definitely worth it to just go out and you have to make your own food, that's it. But it's really not hard. And just an FYI for you guys, I'm definitely not a cook. I just go onto YouTube and look up simple, easy meals to make, and I just copy exactly what they do. Now let's get into the second way of how to save money, and that's to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. But for real, the second way to help save money is where you buy your textbooks. If you can help it, never buy your textbooks from the bookstore, from your college bookstore. The only way that you should buy your textbook from the bookstore is if that is literally the only place that you can buy the book. And most of the times, the reason they do that is whenever the professor makes their own book, and literally the school is the only place that has it. There are many other options out there to either buy the book or rent the book on other sites. So definitely look for those first before going to the bookstore and purchasing your textbooks. One option you can do is buy your book on Amazon. I've done this option many times, and most of the time it is by far cheaper to just buy it on Amazon than going to the bookstore. For example, one of the textbooks I got, it was a $200 difference from me buying it on Amazon than me buying it in the bookstore. Now the other option is just rent your book on Amazon. Amazon offers a place where you can just rent textbooks and you just send them back at the end of the semester. For example, for my fraud examinations class, I was told I had to buy the textbook, and I just looked now what the price of the textbook was, and it was $69.81. I'm pretty sure it was even more expensive at the beginning of the semester. But anyway, instead I went on Amazon and I just tried to rent the book, and it was $22.78. I just feel like there's so many more advantages to renting the textbook instead of buying it. For all the books that I have bought, I've used them throughout the semester, and after the semester's over, I just throw them in my room and I've never seen them again. So I might as well just rent the book and send it back whenever I'm done with the class, because I'm probably not going to use the book again. Another example of why I like to rent the book is because sometimes the previous owners of the book like to write notes inside or answer the questions for like multiple choice and like the review questions and stuff. And I actually got very lucky with my fraud examinations book because the person filled out all the multiple choice questions, all the review questions and stuff like that. So when it came time to study for the test and everything, all those answers were filled out already. So instead of me having to go into the book and find those answers, they were already there and I could just start studying right away. Now I know that you can't say that's an advantage for all rented books because you just have to get lucky sometimes, but there's always that possibility. It's never going to have it when you buy the book. So let's get into the third way to save money, and that can be not spending money on food and coffee. I know I already talked about food, but that was more so like the meal plan. This is more like going out to eat for food or going out for coffee or stuff like that. Even at the cheap fast food places, if you aren't buying off the dollar menu, on average, you're going to spend around $10 on food. And if you think about it, was $10 really worth for the quality of that fast food? Or would you have rather taken that $10 and invested it into your Roth IRA, go check out the video, and became a tax-free millionaire by the time you retire? But just not going out and spending money on food can be a huge difference if you take that money and just reinvest it. But even if you take that $10 and invest it into whatever you want, that alone could be what you need to save that $9 a day. And the next big thing is that I think way too many college students, and most college students do, is spend money on coffee. The average cost of a drink at Starbucks is $2.75. Instead, just go out and spend that one-time purchase of buying a coffee maker and making your own 20-cent cup of coffee. I personally can't vouch for this because I'm not a coffee drinker, but I feel like if you're really trying to save money, is that $3 cup of coffee really worth it when you can go out and make your own cup of coffee for 20 cents and save all that money? And I know you can probably do an easy Google search or search on YouTube for how to make the exact recipe for any Starbucks, Dunkin', or any of those coffee places and do the exact recipe for your own coffee at home. In a post from CBS News, they actually said that every time you go to one of the 3 major coffee chains, that's Dunkin', Starbucks, and Caribou Coffee, on average would cost people $3.25. And just think, people go out 5 days a week and spend money on coffee every single morning on their way to work. If you take that $3.25 and multiply it by how many days they go out and buy coffee a year, they spend $780 on coffee. And that might even be on the low end. A report posted by Fox News says that millennials spend on average $1,100 on coffee a year. I'm actually curious on that alone, what would happen if a 20-year-old just invested that money instead? Say we do what I recommended in my previous video, which is investing into a Roth IRA, which generally gets a 7% return. Say we do that on the low end, which is the $780 a year spent on coffee. If you invest $780 a year from the time you're 20 until 65, you would have invested $35,100 over those 45 years instead of buying coffee. But from that $35,000, because of compound interest, you would amount to $255,000 instead. So, would you rather spend $780 on coffee, or would you rather just invest that money instead and have $255,000 when you retire? And let's do this from the high end of what Fox News said of that $1,100 a year. If you invested that $1,100 a year from 20 to 45, you will have $360,000 when you retire. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I really feel like people would give up coffee for $360,000. Personally, I feel like people just don't know enough about investing that if they can sacrifice some things and just invest that money instead, it can help your financial future greatly. That's why I want to create a community where you can feel free to talk about money and then others can give their opinions and just people talk about it. This way we can all work together on reaching our financial freedom and share our ideas along the way. So please make sure to like the video to help share it with people and make the community bigger, not just for me, but it'll help you guys. With the more people talking about it, the more help you will get, the more recommendations, the more ideas. It's just better the more people there are. And be sure to subscribe to the channel to help you reach your financial freedom. I'll be posting every Monday and Thursday, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I post. Put any of your ideas down in the comments too, because you never know. Hopefully I can create a group where we can all just talk about money and help each other. Hey, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.